them had tried, but Sugarbeth had made short work of that. As for Winnie Davis, what chance did a clumsy, insecure geek have against the power and might of Beth Carey? As she gazed through the February drizzle at the high school, the old music began to drum in her head. In Excess, Miami Sound Machine, Prince. In those days, when Elton John sang Candle in the Wind, he'd only been singing of Marilyn. High school. The last time she'd owned the world. Gordon farted. "God, I hate you, you miserable dog." Gordon's scornful expression told her he didn't give a damn. These days, neither did she. She checked the gas gauge. She was running on fumes, but she didn't want to waste money filling the tank until she had to. Looking on the bright side, who needed gas when she'd reached the end of the road? She turned the corner and saw the empty lot marking the place where Ryan's house had once stood. Ryan Galantine had been Ken to her Barbie, the most popular boy, the most popular girl. Love you forever. She'd broken his heart their freshman year at Ole Miss when she'd screwed around on him with Darren Tharp, the star athlete who'd become her first husband. Sugarbeth remembered the way Winnie Davis used to look at Ryan when she didn't think anyone was watching, as if a clumsy outcast had a chance with a dazzler like Ryan Galantine. Sugarbeth's group of friends, the Seawillows, had wet their pants laughing at her behind her back. The memory depressed her even further. As she drove toward the center of town, she saw that Parrish had capitalized on its newfound fame as the setting and leading character of the nonfiction bestseller Last Whistle Stop on the Nowhere Line. The new Visitors Bureau had attracted a steady stream of tourists, and she could see the town had spruced itself up. The sidewalk in front of the Presbyterian church no longer buckled, and the ugly street lights she'd grown up with had been replaced with charming turn-of-the-century lampposts. Along Tyler Street, the historic antebellum, Victorian, and Greek Revival homes sported fresh coats of paint, and a jaunty copper weather vane graced the cupola of Miss Yulie Baker's Italianate monstrosity. Sugarbeth and Ryan had made out in the alley behind that house the night before they'd gone all the way. She turned onto Broadway, the town's 4-block Main Street. The courthouse clock was no longer frozen at 10 past 10, and the fountain in the park had shed its grime. The bank, along with a half-dozen other businesses, sported maroon and green-striped awnings, and the Confederate flag was nowhere in sight. She made a left on Valley and headed toward the old abandoned train depot a block away. Until the early 1980s, the Mississippi Central had come through here once a day. Unlike the other buildings in the downtown area, the depot needed major repairs and a good cleaning. Just like her. She could postpone it no longer, and she headed toward Mockingbird Lane and the house known as Frenchman's Bride. Although Frenchman's Bride wasn't one of Parrish's historic homes, it was the town's grandest, with its soaring columns, sweeping verandas, and graceful bay windows. A beautiful amalgam of Southern plantation house and Queen Anne architecture. The house sat on a gentle rise, well back from the street, surrounded by magnolia, redbud, azalea, and a cluster of dogwood. It was here that Sugarbeth had grown up. Like the historic homes on Tyler Street, this one, too, was well cared for. The shutters bore a fresh coat of shiny black paint, and the fanlight over the double front door sparkled from the soft glow of the chandelier inside. She'd cut herself off from news of the town years ago, except for the bits and pieces her Aunt Tallulah had condescended to pass on, so she didn't know who'd bought the house. It was just as well. She already had enough people in her life to resent, with her own name at the top of the list. Frenchman's Bride was one of only 3 houses on Mockingbird Lane. She'd already passed the first, a romantic 2-story French colonial. Unlike Frenchman's Bride, she knew who lived there. The 3rd house, which had belonged to her Aunt Tallulah, was her destination. Gordon stirred. The dog was evil, but her late husband Emmett had loved him, so Sugarbeth felt duty-bound to keep him until she could find a new owner. So far, she hadn't had any luck. It was hard to find a home for a Bassett with a major personality disorder. The rain was coming down harder now, and if she hadn't known where she was going, she might have passed the overgrown drive that lay on the other side of the tall